Dear students of class 7, welcome to today's program, Amar Ghare, Amar School. Today I am with you. I am Syed Firoz Alam. How are you, dear students? I hope all of you are well by the grace of Almighty Allah. Today I am going to take a class from English for Today book. It is Unit 4 and you can say that it is a review class. In this class, I will try to give you some idea about what type of question may come from this unit. Here you can see the unit. The title of the unit is People Who Make a Difference, and you can see the learning outcomes as well. Dear students, let's know about today's learning outcome. After this class, we will be introduced with question pattern, to read and understand questions, to write answers to questions. Let's see the marks distribution. Here you can see the marks distribution of English first paper. Then you may have a question, what is open-ended or close-ended question? Let's have a look. An open-ended question is a question that cannot be answered with a yes or no response or with a static response. Open-ended questions are phrased as a statement which requires a response. The response can be compared to information that is already known to the questioner. The received wisdom in education is that open questions are, broadly speaking, good questions. They invite students to give longer responses that demonstrate their understanding. Examples of open-ended questions. First one, what is your favorite memory from childhood? Second one, what was your high school experience like? Third one, how did you and your best friend meet? Let's move on to our next slide. A close-ended question refers to any question for which a teacher provides the learners with options from which to choose a response. Close-ended questions are sometimes phrased as a statement which requires a response. A close-ended questions contrast with an open-ended question, which cannot easily be answered with a specific information. Examples of close-ended questions which may elicit a yes or no responses include. For example, first one, were you born in 2020? Second one, is Dhaka the capital of Bangladesh? Third one, do you like to play cricket? Dear students, I hope you have got a clear idea about open-ended and close-ended question. Let's take a look at a sample model question. It is a sample model question, English first paper, class 7. Section A, reading. In this part, total mark is 40. First, read and text first, and then choose the best answer to the following questions from the alternatives given. So, first you have to read the text clearly. One day, Joinul looked for work in his village and in the next village, but his luck did not favor him. He was angry with everybody. When he was back home, Nazma failed to serve his meal. That made him shout at Nazma. I had a severe headache and a fever, said Nazma. Joinul was trembling in anger. The cooking is almost done. Wash your hands and feet. I will bring the food soon, she said. Soon? It will take ages, Joinul shouted wildly. What do you do the whole day at home? I work and earn money to run the family. You can't even cook my meals in time. I don't earn money, but I also run the family. I do all the work at home, cooking, cleaning, washing, husking, taking care of the children, everything, said Nazma. Remember, you work for money, but my work in the home can make the family stick together and make it happy. So, both types of works are equally important. Never before Joinul thought about these things. He feels guilty. Never before has he looked at Nazma with so much admiration and gratitude. So, dear students, I hope this passage is clear to you. Now, you have to choose the correct answer from the alternatives. First one, In this part, you will be given 10 multiple choice questions. First one, but his luck did not favor him. Here, luck means goal, destination, destiny, target. Can you guess the answer? Okay, let's move to the next question. Second one, he was angry with everybody. Here, angry means calm, happy, annoyed, quiet. Let's move on to the next slide. Third one, which one of the following words has a similar meaning of fail? Breakdown, be unsuccessful, abort, success. Dear students, can you guess the answer? Number 4. Which one of the following words has a similar meaning of serve, harm, criticize, hate, assist? Question number 5. Which one of the following words has a similar meaning of shout, laugh, cry, smile, come? Next one, I will bring the food soon. What does bring mean? Bear, fetch, give, offer. Number 7, Joinul looked for work. In his village, in the next village, both A and B, all the above. Dear students, I think you are thinking the answers. Let's wait. I will show you all the answers. Number 8, Joinul became angry because he was unlucky. His luck favored him. His luck did not favor him. And D number, he was not happy. Okay, let's move on to our next slide. Number 9, why did Joinul shout at Nazma? A, because she failed to serve his meal. B, because she had a severe headache and a fever. C, because he was angry. D, because he was unhappy. And number 10, Nazma failed to serve his meal because A, she did not work. B, she was lazy in her work. C, she started her cooking a bit late. D, because she had a severe headache and a fever. Dear learners, in the screen you can see the answers. So, let us match the answer. Number 1, the answer will be destiny. Number 2, the answer will be annoyed. Number 3, the answer will be unsuccessful. 4 number, the answer will be assist. Number 5, the answer will be cry. Number 6, the answer will be fetch. Number 7, you can see the answer, it will be both A and B. Number 8, the answer will be his luck did not favor him. Number 9, the answer is because she failed to serve his meal. And the answer of number 10 will be because she had a severe headache and a fever. So, dear learners, I hope all the questions are clear to you. Now, move on to our next slide. In this passage, first you have to read the text and then you will have to answer the following questions. Begum Rokeya was a famous writer and a social worker. She lived in undivided Bengal in the early 20th century. She believed that women should have the same rights and opportunities as men in the society. So, she fought for their cause throughout her life. Begum Rokeya was born in a village called Paraband, Rangpur in 1890 in a rich family. Her father, Johiruddin Muhammad Abu Ali Haidar Saber, was an educated landlord. Rokeya was married to Khan Bahadur Shakawat Hussain in 1896. Her husband was the deputy magistrate of Bhagalpur, now a district in the Indian state of Bihar. He was very cooperative and always encouraged Rokeya to go on with her activities. Many upper-class Muslims of Bengal at that time learned Arabic and Persian at medium of education and communication. But Rokeya had great love for her mother tongue. She learned Bangla and English from her eldest brother, Ibrahim. Now, write answers to the following questions in your scripts. Here you can see 5 questions. For each questions, there is 2 marks. So altogether, there will be 10 marks. What do you know about Rokeya? When was she born? Number 3, what was her husband's name? Question number 4, what was her husband? And question number 5, what did she fight for? Dear learners, let's see the answer. The answer of question number 1 is, Begum Rokeya was a famous writer and a social worker. She lived in undivided Bengal in the early 20th century. Answer of question number 2 is, Begum Rokeya was born in a village called Pairabandh, Rangpur in 1880 in a rich family. Answer of question number 3 is, her husband's name was Khan Bahadur Shakawat Hussain. He always encouraged Rokeya to go on with her work. The answer of question 4 is, her husband was the deputy magistrate of Bhagalpur, now a district in the Indian state of Bihar. And the answer of question number 5 is, she fought for the rights and opportunities of women throughout her life. She believed that women should have the same rights and opportunities as men in the society. Now, you can see an unseen passage. You have to read the text and answer the following questions. Let us read the text. Kazi Nazrul Islam was born on 24th May 1899 in West Bengal. Nazrul completed his primary education in 1909 and joined a local maktab teacher in the same year. While he was a student of class 10 in 1917, he joined the army, putting an end to his formal education. He started composing literary works from the age of 11. His first ballad, Mukti, that is Salvation, came out in 1918 in Bangla magazine in Kolkata. After the First World War, he came back to Kolkata in 1920. He was sent to jail for writing Ognibina. But he did not stop writing. In August 29, 1976, he died. Now, you can see a question here. Complete the following table with the information given in the passage. You have to complete this table with the information given in the passage. Here, Kazi Nazrul Islam. You have to give information about Kazi Nazrul Islam. He was born on, you have to write the answer. He joined in a local maktab as a teacher in, he joined the army, he came back to Calcutta in 1920 after he died in. So, dear students, can you guess the answer? Let's see the answer. The first answer is on 24th May 1899. The second answer is in 1909. The third answer is in 1917. The fourth answer is after the First World War. And the last answer is in August 29, 1976. Then you have to read another passage. Read the text and answer the following questions. Jonathan Swift was born on November 30, 1667, 8 months after his father's death. He was one of the most well-known satirists in English literature. At the age of 14, he was sent to Trinity College. In 1686, he graduated from that college and went to England. During 1696 to 99, he wrote A Tale of a Tub, which was published in 1704. His book, Gulliver's Travels, appeared in 1726, which was an instant success. The last years of Swift's life were full of sadness. He was mostly ill, but was active most of 1730. It was only after his stroke in 1739 he retired, and the end of his life came 6 months after his stroke. Now, you have to read the following statement and you have to write T in your answer script if the statement is true, and write F if the statement is false. If false, you have to give the correct answer. First one, Jonathan Swift was one of the most well-known satirists in English literature. So, the statement is true. Number 2, Swift went to England in 1694. Dear learners, can you guess the answer? Yes, it is false. The correct answer is in 1686. Dear students, remember that whenever you are writing the correct answer, you need not produce the whole sentence. You have to just write the answer. Number 3, Gulliver's Travels was published in 1726. It is true. Number 4, Swift's father was alive when he was born. It is false. His father was dead. Number 5, last years of his life were full of enjoyment. It is false. Correct answer is full of sadness. Okay, dear learners, let's move to our next slide. In this part, you have to fill in the blanks with given words. Here you can see the question. Question number 4, read the text below and complete it with suitable words given in the box. First, you have to read the words that are given in the box. Then you have to fill in the blanks. You can see the words given: person's name, interest, indicated, performance, death, Swedish, discovery, educated, invented. Okay, let's read the passage. Alfred Nobel was a scientist. He was a dash. He had his dash in Russia. Dynamite was dashed by him. For the dash of dynamite, he earned a huge sum of money. Before his dash, he left behind a fabulous sum of money. In a will, he dashed that the dash on this huge amount would be given to dash for their outstanding dash. This prize was named Nobel Prize after his dash. Dear learners, can you guess the answers? Do you want to see the answer? Okay, let's see the answer. Here you can see the answers on the screen. So after this, you will have to match sentences from a table, and then you will have to answer a rearrange, and after that there will be writing part. So that's all for today's class. So let's see the outcome of today's class. After this class, we have become familiar with question pattern. We have got an idea of sample question of this unit, and we have got an idea how to write answers of these questions. So dear learners, I hope this passage is clear to you. So from this class, we have learned that what type of question may come in the exam. So dear students, that's all for today. If you want to see this class again, please go to our Facebook page, Amar Ghore Amar School, or you can go to our YouTube channel, or you can go to Kishore Batan. And if you have any queries, or if you want to share your opinion with us, please send it through email. That's all for today, dear students. Thank you, and always obey your parents.